Hello everyone and welcome to the Fusing Shop channel. First I'd like to give a shout out to Mike McCown who sent me all these awesome pictures. The squid is beautiful, so are these pendants here. And here we have a mushroom pendant, which is awesome. And a bunch of marbles, which I see one's a fume, one's an implosion, and there's that implosion again. All amazing artwork, Mike. Thanks so much for sending. And now on to today's video. In today's video, we are going to learn how to pull points and stringers. This is actually part of a Reticello video that I'm going to be posting soon on my Patreon page. And the first step in setting up and making that project is to have stringers pulled. And I like to do points for this because it's a pretty quick, easy way to do this. So let's just jump right in. I have 25 millimeter medium wall tubing right now, and I'm attaching on a punty. And this I prefer to make it a hot seal because we do want it to stay attached while we pull the glass out. And the next step is to angle your glass so your heat covers up a lot more surface area and you'll get more glass hot while you have it tilted at this kind of like 45-degree angle, and it'll be easier to heat up more glass. I like to heat up like an inch or two, depending on how long you want to make your handle. I'm not making a super long handle because the piece itself is not going to be super long anyway. One thing you do want to keep in mind is you want the glass to thicken up a little bit. I am using medium wall tubing, but when you pull this out, you don't want it to get too thin. That'll easily break on you. So keep your hands together while you rotate and push them in a little bit, and that glass will just start to thicken up and gather and make your handle much more stable. When you get a nice even heat in there, you want to make sure that the glass is orange and the orange is the same at all parts where you'll be doing the pull, or else this is going to pull out all wonky. So get that nice and hot, nice even heat. Make sure it's nice and soaked in, and then just go for the pull. You could pull like I am up and down here, or you could do it across. It's really up to you. Just make sure you rotate a little bit to keep everything on center, and wait for the glass to harden up before you do anything else. Next, I'm going to flame cut off the end, and then I'll be ready to pull the next point. Make sure you cut in the flame so you don't make any stringers. And that is done. And now we're going to move on to pulling stringers with colored rod. I forgot what color I'm using here. Some kind of striking color. I really like using striking colors because you just get so many different effects from one piece, which is awesome. So pop on the glasses, pop on a punty, and let's get this done. And while I'm attaching those two, let's do our dad joke for this video. And it is, what did one math book say to the other? Man, I've got a lot of problems. I was actually just helping my daughter with math problems tonight, and she's in 6th grade. And it really makes me remember that I have no idea how to do 6th grade math. So if anyone is a math teacher or anything, leave me a comment below because I could have really used your help tonight. Anyway, so we're doing pretty much the same process we did with the tubing here. We are heating up a few inches of glass, getting that nice and juicy hot, nice and even heat in there. You can see that nice orange glow all around the color, which is exactly what you want before you go for the pull. That's why it stretches out nice and even on you. Give it a little second or two out of the flame, depending on how thick you want it. I made my thinners a little bit on the thinner side for in this case. This way you can make some fine lines, or you could pull them a little bit thicker, really just whatever your preference is and what you want to work with. Wait for that glass to stiffen up, and you could flame cut this. You could, I'm using tile snippers to just snip it to the lengths that I want. Some people use their tweezers to break it up. You could wait a couple more seconds and just snap them with your fingers. This is really easy to break since it's so thin, and it cools off pretty quickly. So you could touch it pretty quickly after you take it out of the flame. And just snip those pieces to the lengths that you're comfortable working with. What we're going to do here is just go ahead and reattach these two. and just smush them together. Doesn't have to be fancy. And again, I'm going to go ahead, heat up another piece of glass and give it a pull. And depending on how fast, how thick you want your stringers will determine how fast or slow you pull the glass. Again, the faster you pull, when the glass is hot, the thinner of a stringer you're going to get. And the slower you pull, the thicker it will be. Just keep in mind you want to keep it even as you pull. That's really your goal, is to get nice, even thickness stringers when you do this. And that just makes it look so nice when you lay down the line work, as opposed to having like blobs or, inconsistent thicknesses. Get it nice and even, and it will make everything look better for you. And that is pretty much all there is to pulling points and stringers. Please thumbs up this video, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys could check out my Patreon page, it's www.patreon.com/fusingshop. I do have 11 videos on there right now, and I'm adding more at a pretty consistent pace. I'm doing the best I can with all the stuff that has been going on in my life. Oh yeah, one last thing. To open the end of this blank, because there's a vacuum in there right now, I just score it with my blade, carbide blade, and snap it off. I snapped it off with a glove just because the end was a little, I scored it a little bit too close to the end, and I didn't want the glass to cut me. Then I just give it a quick flash in the fire to smooth off that end, because I'm going to be blowing into it for this piece. Thanks again for watching, for your kindness and support, and I will see you guys in the next video.